Like we mentioned, the reason Alter Ego haven't gone for a fair pick is because we just literally. Whoa, they go for the Fredrins. Alter Ego with a very brilliant move here. Actually, reading that out, I completely forgot about the Fredrin. So they can actually trade it out. If Faramis gets up, that gets picked up. Now, Valentina Faramis though, right? Do you really want to pick those two heroes together? I think just Valentina first.
Valentina carry, perhaps, to accompany?
Valentina
That
carry.
could be an option here, because for Alter Ego, it's no secret that they really enjoy having Nino on a solid gold lane that can have good performance in the early game, but still be absolutely solid as a solo damage dealer in the late game. If you look at the bit of a fact here, Alter Ego only had a 27% Lord control rate during the half season of Season 11, so they haven't been really good at zoning people out. They go for this glue, and so far it hasn't won at all in the current match, so it's a bit concerning, right? I wonder if it's going to go in the hands of Rasi as well. We'll just have to see right here, because that will lock Alter Ego into a particular playstyle that RRQ has shown to be able to deal with.
I mean, Rossi couldn't pull it off in Game 1. Lemon couldn't pull the glue off in Game 2. Let's see, will Alter Ego make that change in the important Game 3? RRQ might respond with a carry and Faramis?
Yeah, they can certainly go for the carry Faramis, but these two picks are very vulnerable to the Melissa pick. Have we seen Alter Ego pick up the Melissa on Nino?
No, yeah.
Not yet. Rigel has played it, but I think, you know, it's just too good. It's too good. The Claude has been banned out. Melissa destroys carry in lane, not even close. And against the Faramis, that's a lot of AoE. Everybody's clumped up together for the Melissa to basically free hit. They banned the Farsa away as well. Very good read from Alter Ego. One of the heroes that can stop the Melissa's power because she can no longer free hit. I mean, at this point, you can kind of expect Alter Ego to maybe go for another ban in the mid lane. Yves, if these two heroes are banned, there's not a lot of heroes that can actually get close and or just outrange the Melissa.
Zoning away with using magical damage is an option. I'm really more concerned about the jungle matchup here. What will Alter Ego go for? Because now, compared to game number 2, we kept talking about the crowd control and the shove and the dominant lanes. For Alter Ego right now, they have a Valentina and the glue, but the roamer and the jungler is what's gonna decide how well they can actually contest the map or contest for vision later on. I think right now RRQ definitely has more of an advantage, especially because they do have that second HP bar coming in from the Cult Altar. And knowing that, they ban away the Terizla as well, wanting to make sure that Alter Ego do not have that strong side lane they can make plays off.
A comment here by Albert. Clay and Rembo, the difference is Clay can't play the Johnson, so there you go, hinting.
That's the only difference.
Perhaps, yeah, maybe one day in Season 11, we might see Johnson pick from RRQ. Alter Ego, back to the draft. What are they going to pick up? Are they going to prio the jungler here, or will they go for the roam?
I mean, at this point, up against this composition, I don't think you want to go for something like an Akai, right? Because, again, it kind of defeats the purpose of the Melissa. You want them all to clump up, but they still go for the Akai.
Okay.
Interesting. Why do the youth neutral objective control? I guess that's about it, but in these team fights, I guess you can.
Protection for Nino.
Protection from Nino. I mean, sure.
That's how they play, right?
Could
Protect
work.
Nino, let Nino do all the DPS, enable him. In this context, it makes a bit of sense, but like you mentioned, Mirko, the question becomes, how are they going to try and engage the fights initially, right? Because they can protect Nino all they want. Eventually, they need to try and go for a fight. They're going to be forced to go into weird territory, especially if the Lord in that late game spawns and RRQ has control over it. So it's a bit concerning, and I think that Roamer will try and alleviate that problem. But knowing Rossi, this is going to put him again in the position of the main engagement.
Oh, wow. Diggy, carry, Edith, pick up for RRQ. That Diggy is a good answer to the Akai. Just like that, neutral objective going to be most probably going to the hands of RRQ. Maybe early on it might not, because the Diggy won't have the time journey. It really depends on what they go for now. I think at this point, go for a roamer that...
and bet out, bait out, will that work?
Bait it
Atlas?
out, they need to bait it out. Oh, the Atlas would...
But against the Diggy!
Yeah, but no, they
Just
can
to
bait
bait
it
out
out.
the heavy spin.
Baits out the heavy spin, using the heavy
Either
spin
one,
to bait
right?
it out. Yeah, they can go for like a multi-stacked, multi-layered. I think the safest bet is to go for Grok.
something faster. Something
Oh my
quick.
God!
Oh, okay. They
Oh,
go
the
for the
Estes.
Estes right here, so it's gonna be a sustained battle.
When game
And
2 prediction.
In the late game, it's gonna be AoE DPS coming in from Nino against the single target shred coming in from Skylar. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup, but keep in mind, crowd control wise, there is advantage for RRQ. They can still go and have some success with a knockup, with a stun coming in from Edith, and they can use the Diggy to completely deny any kind of stopping power from the side of Alter Ego.
Let's see here. Remember what's at stake. It's 1-1 with the composition set. Land of Dawn, here we go. Will Alter Ego find the game 3? Or will RRQ solidify themselves in the second position, grabbing the last game?
We'll see as the draft happens set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to jump into game number 3. The portal has opened up. It's time to dive into the Land of Dawn. Here we are. But I do want to talk about this. Faramis, Diggy up against a Valentina, 2 big ultimates that they can use on top of the blessing of the Moon Goddess.
That is definitely
Yikes.
something that RRQ needs to keep in mind, right? Hide away these big ultimates in order for it not to get stolen. But in the early game, if they can get rolling, they can get snowballing with the lane dominance, this might be aggressive enough for them to actually try and snowball. In the EXP lane though, there's gonna be Lemon. So in the full late game situation, this also means that Lemon will be able to output a lot more damage alongside Skylar. But in the early game, this glue pick, as always, is a big problem.
Wow, already? Flicker wasted here from a Lemon. That's not a good sign when you want to contest that early turtle.
Definitely not, right? I mean, on the Edith, you're already a losing lane up against the glue. Losing out even more there, and even in the mid lane, it just seems like Alter Ego have drafted themselves a really good composition to play around their winning lanes. Fortunately for them, I think they have 3 winning lanes. If the Estes stays in the gold lane, that the poke coming in from the time bombs won't really be that much of a nuisance because Rossi can always just sustain back up with the healing. Even now, taking it in with the regen.
Both these laners, this is a weird 2v2 situation, and it's a bit more, I feel like aggressively it really benefits RRQ a bit more, and if Albert gets involved, he's going to have a lot more impact compared to Sully Boy, at least until level 4. But now with the heavy spin available, you have to wonder how aggressive can Sully Boy be, because we have talked about this man not being able to perform really well on the tank utility heroes. The Fredian is the one exception because it's still a bit more aggressive. But now on Akai, he's going to be full utility with very minimal damage. And you have to wonder if the macro gameplay is going to really favor his team in execution.
I mean, Season 10 Selly Boy on the Akai wasn't too reliable. Let's see, Season 11, will Selly Boy on this Akai bring some impact to this game? As now it's going to be the turtle spawning in Land of Dawn.
Still with the first turtle though, this is going to be the neutral objective contest. Everybody at level 4. Lemon already jumping in onto Pi, who pops the split.
See, he wants to mount Albert, and there you go, Pi mounting Albert. Albert though will collect the neutral objective. Both Call Alter has been popped. But now Alter Ego now looking for a fight. Albert taking a lot of damage, dealing a lot of damage as well. But with the heavy spin, Albert gets isolated first. Blood again falls to the hands of Alter Ego Esports.
RRQ secured a neutral objective. Alter Ego, in true fashion of Alter Ego, doesn't care. They take the team fight.
And being able to put Albert behind right there is still definitely a win condition for the side of Alter Ego. If Albert doesn't really have the damage, he's not doing so well in the laning phase in the early game, that means that the gank potential is also a lot less scary for the members of Alter Ego. We saw earlier that the Blessing of the Moon Goddess was able to actually sustain through the majority of the teamfight damage of RRQ, and the time journey was used a bit earlier, so that just means that, like you mentioned, having 2 solid card control sources for Alter Ego means they can bait some of it out by using a single ultimate.
Here though, again, we're seeing it very slow, the tempo being placed by Alter Ego and RRQ. Looking at the compositions, they're playing through words, they're winning lanes. Skylar's already getting poked down, and through this, they really need to understand that RRQ are always just going to be reacting to the proactive movements from Alter Ego. It's never going to be a 4v2 in that gold lane unless there's a neutral objective down below. Speaking of getting leads though, you guys can get yourself a massive advantage already just by getting this skin. On the Melissa, you are CW 100% win rate on the Melissa skin. Nobara Kugisaki, go ahead. Best girl. MLBB X Jujutsu Kaisen skins are now available in the game.
Wow.
Join the MLBB X Jujutsu Kaisen Gacha event from the 18th of February all the way to the 20th of March and enjoy the 50% first roll every single day. Arashi's doing it right now.
Yeah, wow. You actually caught me in the act right here. I was checking out those skins. It's just really, really good. I have 2 of them. I want to go and get some more. But we'll have to see. Nino is definitely having a field day with that. And Clay rushes the Necklace of Endurance. A very smart itemization choice. But with the turtle being contested, going to be a huge team fight yet again.
Let's see. Clay now trying to find the timing. Cult Alter, both teams again popped. But Alter Ego Esports will not claim the turtle. It is going to be RRQ.
What makes the Melissa so scary is the fact that she's a bully. Usually when you expect a bully laner, she doesn't scale. But Melissa scaled. I would even say that the Melissa might be able to scale better than the carry later on because she does AoE damage when Skylar basically only goes for single target, right? So right now, obviously with the range, she's going to bully Finn and Skylar. Later on, the whole team, when they're clumped up with the Time Journey and the Cult Alter, they're going to have to really respect this because look at this. Nino sieging while poking.
That's a lot of damage and a lot of range. Now that Albert's in the fray, ultimates are available, but not for Vin and Clay. So RRQ might go aggressively, but this might be a mistake. Full ultimates are available, but the lane pressure here still favoring RRQ. Later in the game, like we mentioned, Lemon is going to be DPS number 2. So that is how this teamfight dynamic will play out. Lemon will provide some DPS that isn't available for Alter Ego, but of course Alter Ego has Udil in the late game. The carry, I believe, for the last game, this Valentina can definitely out-damage a marksman given the right circumstances. So the usage of the card control is going to be very important, but so far it's the same thing. It's just minor movements and a lot of presence in the gold lane. We take a look at what that has resulted in. Same gold for both the Melissa and the carry right here, but still leg press has been built for Skylar, just respecting the potential for a bit more aggression, trying to mitigate some of that poke damage. Like you mentioned, Mirko, going up against a bully like the Melissa, some defensive stats could be very appreciated.
It should be turret number 1 taken down though, and they can actually go for more here. They decide not to go for it. What's interesting is that bot lane, right? Pi actually left the XP lane for Edith to take, which is a very interesting move in my opinion. Looking at it right now, Pi and Lemon as well, still pretty equal, even here in the gold department. So it's still a very even game that can go anyway, depending on how the next neutral objective take goes, I think.
Oh, on the bot side though, you do see Lemon being engaged on right here. He's going to be surviving. He wants the ultimate though. He's going all in on this.
Use the Primal Wrath.
Yeah, it seems like Lemon now will soak a lot of damage mounted by Pi as well. He will force the use of the Cult Alter, but not for long. Nino finding the kill. Alter Ego will force a fight here, 5v4s. Take a look at the damage there. Vin pop the Time Journey. He gets taken down. And Sally Boy finding the turtle. Albert now looking for a disengage. Gets pulled back though. Alter Ego won that trade.
I mean, again, Lemon overextending there, getting caught way too early before any of the RRQ members could react. And on top of that, there was just a neutral objective take, 50-50. Selly Boy won without popping the heavy spin. Bottom side turret down. Alter Ego punishing RRQ instantly.
On the flip side though, look at the gold. Skylar isn't too behind of Nino. He was able to actually push out the top side and take a turret while that was happening. So if they're trying to go for that though, I don't feel like trading multiple members in the lane is good. But Lemon goes in to try to follow up. Won't be available though.
Lemon again. Silly Boy taunted though, stun in the backside. Lemon dealing damage from the backside as well.
Look at Nino.
Heavy spin for a defense. Nino pops the go away here, dealing a lot of damage, but now Skylar will not be able to dish out the damage. Pi entering in the backside, trying to find Clay, and Clay is stuck. He gets taken out, and Alter Ego looking for the siege in the mid side. Skylar and friends will not be able to defend the structure in the mid lane.
This is what happens when you give the Cult Alter and the Time Journey away to the Valentina. Finn gets the purple buff, but again, Alter Ego will win these long drawn-out fights. Skylar zoned away. He's going in onto Nino.
Oh my god, take a look at the movement there. Udil finding the kill as Skylar gets taken out. Selly Boy still surviving with low HP. And it's RRQ behind 2,500 gold lead.
RRQ just gets completely outdamaged right here. They're trying to go for the fight, but look at how it plays out, right? Both teams just trading damage out against each other, and in the end, RRQ are the ones that are forced to initially use the utility, this safety measures first, and that allows Udil to see it, steal it, and use it for themselves. If RRQ have stronger laners and they're winning more in the damage department, they can force out these spells first before using their own countermeasures. But since they're forced to do so, and they lack the same kind of catch to try and punish the members of Alter Ego, now they're stuck in a very difficult spot. The real engage they have is Albert and Lemon, and none of them are that dynamic compared to Kufra in game number 1. Vin can engage using the pullback, but the reverse time, but it really isn't reliable at all. And now with the Lord being contested, RRQ, they're gonna try and go for it, but it looks like a lost cause.
Seeing Pi here, soaking the damage, half HP now. Will they commit to this Lord? And Nino jumps in, dealing the damage. Vin, popping that time to Albert! Manages to find the Lord. Sally Boy with the heavy spin now. Trying to pin down 2 members. Take a look at the damage coming in. Sally Boy though will be taken down in the process. Skylar falls as well. 2 for 1 plus the Lord still. Lemon, what are you doing? He gets taken down as well as Alter Ego again winning the team fight but lost the Lord.
Albert basically saved the game there by going for the 50-50 and winning it, but Alter Ego, again, in true Alter Ego fashion, just go for the team fight. They win it out. The Lord is pushing up top. That means Alter Ego can actually just force that mid lane push, but they will not go for that. They will just respect this Lord by going up top. Again, though, Alter Ego, they're getting a bit too hasty in these skirmishes, forcing a lot of the 50-50s that they did not need to take.
Definitely. Alter Ego could have really gone for a fight first, resetted the Lord, all the options available because they are not really forced to do anything. And now with the Lord at their backs, RRQ, they have a chance to try and use this momentum, use this pressure and set up advantage to try and finally get some pickoffs that they desperately require. They're making a play for the mid turret and it seems like Alter Ego are trying to contest it and they will be able to clear out the wave. That is damage coming in from Udil on that Valentina.
This is dangerous. It's getting to very dangerous territories here for both of these teams, right? For RRQ, they need to really respect that AoE damage. If they go in too fast, if they pop the Cult Altar and a Time Journey too fast, they get clumped up and it gives Melissa so much room to play with. On top of that, no one can really jump on the Melissa. You saw earlier that he got the Golden Snap. That's a massive power spike for Nino, and he's building towards, I'm not quite sure if he's going for the Haas Claws or the Malefic Roar. I think considering the defenses that RRQ has, it should be the Malefic Roar.
Malefic Roar will allow him to actually be a threat to both the Squishy members as well as Lemon and Albert, who's been the main front line. If you look at their equipment respectively, there's a Dominance Ice for Lemon, and there's a Blade Armor for Albert as well. But at this point, only one item won't be enough for them to be actually able to tank out the damage coming in from Nino. And you can see Sally Boy just forces out a flicker. All three are the ones pressuring again and again. RRQ forced to move backwards constantly.
So good in sieges.
Oh, take a look at Lemon though, again, overextending. Take a look at the defensive flicker down, Alter Ego though, in a tight spot. Albert jumps in. Go away pops as well. Sally Boy trying to soak in the damage. Will he survive still? Yes. Pi jumps in again. No clear target, no clear connection as well. Both teams, no casualties. Both teams just bluffing each other out.
Wow. The battle of heels here in MPL ID Season 11, game number 3 of AE versus RRQ. Literally both teams not dying, staying at just low HP. Rossi and Udil versus Vin and Clay.
The longer the game goes, I feel like it's still just the same kind of thing. It all comes down to the execution and who makes a blunder first. At any point, if they give up, if RRQ gives up an ultimate too early, if they lose a member too early without any real exchange, any real compensation, it's going to be very bad as well. As Finn gets bursted down, forced to use a Time Journey, that would be a big lead for Alter Ego.
Both Time Journey popped. Sally Boy, the backside, pending 3 members. No clear follow-up though. Lemon gets taken out. And now take a look at the 2 men. Albert gets the double, but the Lord will be secured by Rossi. Maniac, Savage, will he? Oh, and they get a Savage! first time in MPL ID Season 11, Nino collects the Savage.
What an absolute savage! Nino on the Melissa! What a god on the Melissa! I've been telling you, pick up the Melissa. And here it is against the full clumped up composition. We gotta see it twice.
Wow, it all begins with this heavy spin used by Sully Boy, and the time journey has been forced already, so there is no counterplay. And yes, there were some kills traded back from RRQ, but Skylar was zoned away completely. This is the power of the Melissa in that late game. You get zoned away and he's forced to run out. He tries to go for the 1v1, but the healing, it was so close, but we are rewarded with the first Savage in Season 11. RRQ there have been able to clear out that Lord, but that was definitely a very exciting turn of events, and that is definitely a huge momentum boost, a huge ego boost for Alter Ego.
Where was this guy in the first half, right?
That's what everyone was asking.
What the heck? 804 now. Let's see with the siege. Alter Ego now still maintaining pressure, looking for the top side base turret. RQ, it seems like it's still manageable to take and clear the wave.
This is dangerous. They can't seem to siege down the base turrets with a lot of CC, a lot of catch present from RRQ, and also that high ground control, wave clear, doing so much. Vin, though, already forced to flicker out.
Vin has a very utility damage build with the Enchanted Talisman and the Divine Glaive, so he cannot be in the front line. This is the issue right here. Even earlier, he gets bursted down to half HP and he's forced to pop the time journey. He needs to wait in the back and, be more reactive. This is where Rasi has him beat, right? Vin is always more aggressive, more proactive. He cannot stay patient in the back line, and it's just really not doing him any favors right now. RRQ needs to change up the approach, and honestly, it's a lot easier said than done because there's no real way for them to catch the same way they've been doing again and again to gain success. So Alter Ego can just wait and do damage from far away and slowly but surely siege down these objectives and try and get damage done. In the middle of these Lord fights, using the Melissa's superior range, and Udil is moving in and out because there's no real punish available for him.
Oh, Silly Boy now engaging on towards Lemon. Pinning him down as well. No clear target though. Take a look at the shurikens. Ooh. Half HP for Silly Boy. Not a good sign for Alter Ego Esports. It's a reset. Unfortunately, with the Lord push, they weren't able to get any base turrets.
Not at all, right? That lead that you would have expected. Udil gets knocked up here. Lemon, what?
Oh, very low now. Immobilized, and he will be taken out again by the person who has the Savage, Nino.
Wow. I mean, we had the same reaction. Lemon again overextending, getting caught by Alter Ego there. I think he was trying to clear the wave in the mid lane. Not too sure, but with this, it just is free. Wait, Skylar. No one's recalling. No one is recalling. Skylar can get a base turret down here. They might be able to cancel it out.
Oh my god, they're looking for a fight here. Oh, Skylar in the backside now.
No way.
Can he? Free push, spin push. Skylar in the backside. It's 1-1. It's crazy. It's big. And almost the heavies man cancel it out. What the heck happened here? Alter Ego still manages to defend by the side of RRQ. Alter Ego cannot see. Skylar is back. And take a look at the damage. It comes through one by one now. Alter Ego, they're in shambles. Sally Boy gets taken out. Surely no. He escapes. Lemon though will be the only casualty from that offense.
Oh my goodness, what a game. Now it's Nino. They're going in again, Gani.
They're looking for the end. No openings just yet. Nino beating. Clay gets taken out. Alter Ego now 5v3. No waves though. Albert very low. Oh, Vin forced to use the pop at all.
Clay's back.
Alter Ego now looking again to see Skylar very low gets taken out. Alter Ego again finding game 3. What a series, the uncrowned king.